Good morning. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Sounds. Hopefully this sounds okay. Good morning. How is everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing amazing. Hi, Cham Cham. Good morning. Let me see. Shay, good morning. Hi, V. Good morning. Good morning to my gang stars. Hi, Pure Intentions. Hi, Della. Hey, V. Buttons all day. Live, laugh, love. XY. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Brader's Life. Good morning, ladies. How's everybody doing today? Um, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired. There was so much going on last night, and it was like I was trying to be everywhere. Hi, Vicious Virgo. Good morning. Hi, Boo Boo. Good morning, guys. Hit the like button for me if you don't mind. Guys, okay. So last night, um, there was a lot going on. I know Hazel was live, and I got to watch like about 10 minutes because this was going on last night, and I was kind of more into this than I was into this. Because I still had to watch his episode, but now I understand, I guess, a little bit of why Hazel was pissed, um, or aggravated or whatever. But I'll have to go back and watch her live. Hopefully, it's still posted. Um, but I'm just gonna be honest. Hero from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Hi, Passion Lisa. Hello. Good morning from Mecklenburg County. Good morning. Hi, Patty. Good morning. Hi, NCANT. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Walk by Faith. How are you? I hope everyone's doing amazing. If you're on the replay, good morning. Thank you for coming through. Good evening. Good night. All of the things. Good morning. Good morning. And how are you doing? Um, so um, I told you guys he called the wrong woman colorist. Who did he call? He called hmm. Oh, because I did hear him say something about someone being light skinned and dark skinned. Girl, that whole episode. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, give you guys my. This is look. I'm not commissioned by anyone over here, and I'm not paid by anyone over here. I get a Google AdSense, okay? They don't care whether I post or not, and I'm not required to post. So whether people want to come through here and think I'm biased or not, it doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, I'm just going to be super honest. I know he said that this episode took a long time to put together. I would like to know why. Um, if it took a whole entire month, then you wasted your time. I'm just going to be honest, because anybody on the YouTube streets who covers this channel on a regular basis, or any of these mommies, could have had this done inside of like 10 seconds. Um, this was just not a great episode. I felt like Martin, this is what I'm going to say right now. You're wasting your time. Um, Episode 1, 2, and 3 were pretty good. They were interesting. I felt like it was a good summary of things. And at the end of the day, once upon a twin mom life, we see that, girl. If anybody wants to go catch Jasmine, be my guest. That's cool. We're talking about Keesha, so we'll get to Jasmine later. Jasmine's used to being second, So it's okay. Um, and who's interviewed George and then and stuff? Joe. Oh, okay. Um, Yeah, I think that this was if it took a long time to put together, it was because you have to find some tea. Like there's no tea here. Like at the end of the day, the story is tired and old and exhausted. Nobody is like there's nothing new anymore. And at the end of the day, I think that um I don't know. I don't know what this episode was even all about. Who this is something I did not hear. Okay, like when we talk about okay, what did we learn new? Um, okay, you verified that there's two versions of Keisha's book. If you go to any book that's published, especially digital books these days, people find mistakes all the time. Go to one of your favorite books or a work of literature, even a hard copy at the library, and you can check and see what version, what edition. Books are updated all the time. Do you think if a book goes to a second printing and they found a mistake that they are not going to fix it and that will be the second publishing, but however they annotate that they have made some corrections from the original because they found some sort of errors or something. It's not uncommon for a book to be updated. However, I don't know if it was annotated when the second version came out. I don't know if Keisha has ever copped to a second version. Was it supposed to be like a slick type of, you know, I'm just going to sneak this in under the radar second version? I don't know why a second edition of a book should be so much of a controversy. Good morning, Haitian Beauty. How are you, boo? MJ, John, and Key, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Info Mashan, good morning. Um, I don't, was that tea worthy? I think anyone who can read knows that there were two versions. There could be 10 versions for all we know. You know what I'm saying? This person continues to rewrite history all the time. So why would we expect someone who rewrites history on a regular basis not to rewrite their own history and make it, oh, okay, the story needs to go like this. Okay, let me change it. Let me go to my history book, let me go to my work of fiction, aka supposed to be my biography or whatever, girl. Who knows? Fantasy fiction, girl. We don't know. At the end of the day, look. The people who were there know the facts and know the truth. It doesn't matter what's written in some sort of a book. The people who know, and the people who don't um, will have to just trust their gut, I guess, at a certain point, at what they think they know and what they think they don't know, right? The bottom line is that I still don't even understand what he was trying to uncover. My impression was somehow they were slick shadily trying to besmirch Hazel. Okay, I don't think that they felt like they'd done a good enough job trying to um I don't want to say take her down, but make her look bad in previous episodes. So this was kind of the okay, let's back the truck over Hazel. Um what this episode had even to do with Paris. Paris was in it. Paris was featured. Paris videos were shown, but this really didn't have a whole lot to do with Paris at all. I mean, Paris was somewhat of a conduit because she's a commentator and she had live broadcasts discussing the matter. Was she a little sassy and slick with it too? Okay, who's not? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the Paris episode? Was this supposed to be the Paris episode, or is this back the truck over Hazel episode? I'm just trying to figure out because hold on. I'm sorry, and I don't want to seem like I'm being disrespectful, but it was dumb. Okay. That's That's my honest. If you were to say, Fran, sum it up in one word, it was dumb. Or you could throw out dumb and say stupid. It was just not. It to me personally, it was not up to par with the first couple of episodes that I found were at least entertaining and somewhat of a good summary. This left me kind of like, okay, what happened? That I had to go back a couple of times. So I guess it's good for views, but it literally was like in one ear and out the other. They were so pressed about Hazel. And what in the first half about that damn book that no one gives a shit about, a poorly written manuscript for a Tyler Jenkins backyard special barbecue dramatic rendition on Easter with the children play was that. I mean, that was just no one cares about this book. At the end of the day, 100 years from now, when nobody even knows who Keesha Anderson is, much less Keesha Kaylee is, or the descendants of Keesha Anderson, is this something? This is what you have to think about. 100 years from now, when people are going back, remembering you, is this what you want them reading? Is it version 1? Is it version 2? Is it version 57? Like, is this what you want them pulling out of the time capsule to tell them about you? Is this what's to be in the time capsule? Okay.
Now, Jade Fox ended up making a video with some receipts proof if press about the babysitter, and I feel a lot of people are speculating money was going to be paid to Hazel's mom because she was looking after August, right? But apparently Hazel's mom was looking after August for free. Mink Mob D says, "Stop lying on Ashley. Your mama said Ashley."
I almost felt like, okay, don't forget to include these names that don't forget. Here's the list of names that we need for you to remember to mention.
Me, and I'm just being real at this point. Shawty had a motive.
You have to be real at this point. Shawty, yeah.
Foolish. Never happened. It happened. You doing all this because ultimately you thought you was gonna end up being with me or some shit.
It is very difficult to prove if Ashley got pregnant for a motive. Very coincidental for her to have a child, but not to have a child to trap you.
And Shawty getting on here and trying to get some clout and some fame off of some shit that she know down where has been a lie from the jump. Yes, I kept.
How about just available dick? You know, a lot of women get pregnant just because the dick and the sperm were available at that moment. Does that, Martin, when you become a woman with a uterus and some fallopian tubes and ovaries, holla at me. But there's women out here that just, I don't know, they just got pregnant because that's just what happened. Okay. Jeremy, ain't nobody trying to trap you. Okay. And if she was digging you that much at that moment, that's your fault. Okay. And if the condom allegedly broke, you got a son out of it. Okay. Like, get over it. It's beyond lame. Okay. It's the lamest of the lame. Okay. Hold on, where's this other one? Girl. This was like, oh, okay. Hold on, let's see.
Birds ever fled a flock together. And if y'all think Shawty on this type of time, the friend that she got with her, oh yeah, Shawty on them too. Cause the nigga, the whole married man, let me shut up, bro. But anyway.
Now,
okay, now look. Let me tell you something. The whole I don't know anything about Hazel's business. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know anything about this woman's business. It's very easy to call out and say, oh, this whole married man. Look, I don't know. I'm not defending anyone dating a married man. But what I'm saying is this. married and separated, married and what? Because Jeremy, you're a guy who was in a whole relationship and now you want to cry that somebody was interfering in your relationship, but you included them into your relationship. You created a pathway in your relationship to have another relationship. So the married guy, explain, is it a married guy who's separated? Is it a married guy who's actually having an affair? Like, you want to drop T, drop the T. This is what aggravates me about people on YouTube. If you gonna drop the T, drop it. You know what I'm saying? Don't come through and tippy toe, especially if you're a whole man in the women's sector. It just comes off with the bitch assness to me if you're not gonna drop the T. Okay. Now, if you want to try, I don't think Hazel really cares. She doesn't strike me as the type of woman that really cares about what people think. So if she's, you know, if she's handle if she's doing what she's doing, she's doing what she's doing. That would be my first impression. So explain what married, you know, obviously married is married, but is it married separated? Is it married? What, explain, because there's some whole married people over there in Keisha's customer service department who are over here talking about married men. Okay, as it pertains actually to your host this morning. Okay, I've got a whole screenshot where people were like basically planning a sexual assault on my married husband, and I mean married to me. These weirdos. Okay, so girl, like, this whole thing is absolutely disgusting. I think this episode was just a scrape from the bottom of the barrel to try to find something to talk about, and that's why it took a month. Cuz if it took a month to put out nothing, it's just there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing. You didn't talk about nothing, you didn't drop nothing. You verified that there's two versions of a crap novel. Okay, next. Jeremy tried to redrop some tea about Hazel dating a married man. Nobody cares. When the customer service gets cleared out of the lady who knowingly had 6 children with a married man who lived down the block, and then you get rid of the customer service reps who are planning sexual assaults on people's husbands from the YouTube streets. Girl, when you can clear the customer service department of the manager of the customer service department who gave her man a hall pass because she didn't feel like being bothered with him to go out and find someone else to screw on, like she's a damn sister wife or a handmaiden, and mad because he brought home a baby. Can you give us an update on that? Can you give us an interview on the foolishness? All right? Like, all can you talk about making dumb decisions? Can we talk about just the actual pure dumbness of it all? It just, this was a nothing episode. So I know I'm being a little bit harsh right now, and I'm certainly giving my full opinion. Hold on, let's see. Where am I? What timestamp am I at? Hold on, let me see. Oh, this is all the receipts. I was like, I'd be damned if I sit and read all this shit. I'm not reading that. Okay. I just love how someone who is supposed to be unbiased is telling someone that he's featuring in his story how they should have spoken. Since when are you giving execution advice on how someone should show how they are navigating through a matter? Like, I don't understand how you think you can tell Ashley how she should have spoken at a particular time. I just don't get it. This was the most biased
Now, around the 27th to the
Okay.
28th
This was
of
awful.
January,
It was a live made 2 days ago on the person who is the recipient of these receipts, her page.
Bree ends up saying this on a live stream.
That it was something sent to her from Miss Ma'am that was very disgusting. It will make you want to cry. She already put this into the universe. She wanted to be involved. So she put it out on her platform to let everybody know that she was the one who received these receipts.
So this is when she actually had the receipts. Some people have been trying to make out that it was earlier that she got on the receipts. No, it was around this time. According to her, according to the dates and the number of days from when she did that live, the reckoning, it was around that time they actually had the hold of all the receipts and the messages that Keesha sent to Bree.
She wanted to get the receipts to the appropriate individual involved because it was oh so bad and oh so terrible. Some of the things I said, you might want
all the extra things that she shouldn't have not been talking about with Bree.
What I said was, I was the mastermind behind the reckoning. And what that means is the title of the reckoning, that was me. I created the title. I figured what better way to title.
Okay, look, at the end of the day, you guys saw this. If you hadn't seen it, it's posted. I think this was an opportunity since Hazel, like, I guess, made some recent disclosures. This was his opportunity. I don't know, maybe to clear Ashley a little bit, but I think also to kind of make it seem like Hazel was pulling Ashley's strings. And when she used that word mastermind, I think that I don't know. I don't know if it's to make Hazel look worse. I'm not really sure what the motives are around this. It's really weird. Let me see what he says. This part. 1 second.
Paris.
So this is the.
So before we move on to the next chapter, we have to talk about Paris and how she is.
Okay, I'm getting ready to be petty for a second. Martin, I don't know what was Martin's hair is always very interesting, but he was giving poodle. Okay, I'm not, I'm just talking about the hair, guys. Look, it's just at the Paris Harley chapter, it's just I don't get it. I don't understand. This whole episode was very strange. Sometimes he's got his ball cap, he's got his bandana on, sometimes his hair is looking like this, but I've just noticed. I was just like, okay. It was very distracting, weird episode. Okay, poodle. Yes. Okay. Are you guys with me?
What you want is what you get, sweetie. You don't get Martin Lewis. You get me.
Now, from the looks of things, Paris was a fan. She was a huge supporter of Keith.
Okay, so put it on the record. Paris was a fan. Okay. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of people who start doing commentary have a particular interest, right, in something. Everyone doesn't always just come from interesting content. Yeah, me personally, I came to this topic as interesting content when the book came out. I hadn't been following Keesha since the Stone Ages, but that doesn't make me a better commentator or not. You know what I'm saying? If somebody came to a particular topic because they had an interest in it and they seem to be what we call a subject matter expert in their opinion, so be it. I think when people try to lay the groundwork that someone is a fan, someone was a fan, somebody was a supporter, it's low key trying to shade, make them look a little bit obsessed, which people love to say. It's like, y'all stop it already. At the end of the day, let me tell you something, Keesha, I'm going to say it again. Clear that fucking customer service department that you got, because that shit over there is weird. It's very strange. And even just searching Keesha's name in the last month on YouTube, all of the videos, if there's anybody who made a video recently because they took that class with her and Jayla Corian, understand that there's a couple of videos that I watched recently where they were told in the class, make a video. If you want to review the video. So don't send your customer service agents out checking people about these videos when you told them in the class that they paid for to make videos? Okay? You told them to make videos, but then you're going to send customer service out to pop them on their hand for making videos, right? Why hasn't he talked about Demonte? I don't know. Who's D? Oh, is Demonte? Is that who I'm thinking? Is that the person, her customer service supervisor? Paris admitted she was a Keisha supervisor. She told that from the beginning. When I first subscribed to Paris's channel, when everything started popping off and Paris showed up in my recommended timeline like over a year ago, and it was a Keesha Kaylee, live. I don't know, could have been a year and a half ago. She talked about that. And that episode that they're talking about when she said that the people on LSA were mad at her was because of maybe the night or two before where she maybe had, maybe said a little too much, more to people's liking, and felt like, okay, now what's really going on here? And I remember one time she took some call-ins and some people, it got a little unruly. But at the end of the day, I mean, it just, look, everyone can't be everything. I mean, some people don't want to be called a fence rider. Some people don't want to be called biased. At the end, like, my thing is this: people are going to have opinions. People might say, "Oh, you're supposed to be unbiased." Yeah, my shingle, my says on air reactions, reviews, and commentary, and I'm giving my opinion. I didn't say unbiased, fair and balanced. This is not Fox News. Even Fox News says that they're fair and balanced, and I think some people might beg to differ. And I said some people, some of you out there might say Fox News is fair and balanced, and some of you guys might say Fox News is nothing near fair and balanced, right? So I'm giving my opinion, and whatever it is on one day, it is on that particular day. But the bottom line is, it's going to be my opinion. That's what's definitely going to be, right. I think people um want to hang Paris out to dry. I think this, basically, again, this episode to me was to lay the groundwork to make sure everybody knows that Paris was a supporter once upon a time turned reactor. Okay, it's a YouTube cliche now. Tell me how many other people were watching or in people's chats and decided to do videos. Okay, there are people on these YouTube streets now that are friendly with their reactors. Okay, we all know this. Okay, Keisha is a whole bestie with her personal reactor who goes for people. Like, there's a whole lot of weird shit happening on these YouTube streets. Okay, I don't claim nobody on these YouTube streets. I'm not having coffee, tea, milk, or steak with damn nobody. Do you understand me? So Martin is doing this whole thing at the request of Keisha. Now, he says he's not being paid, but I don't know why he decided to back the Mack truck over Hazel and pull clips that we have already covered. I thought the Hazel episode was like a month ago, and why he felt the need to pull the clip of damn Jeremy alluding to the fact that she's with a married man. I mean, Keisha's having a whole family with a guy who's not even marrying her. Like, is this a morality and ethics kind of video? Are we're trying to shame Ashley for being an alleged side chick. We're shaming Hazel because Jeremy tries to drop some tea. She's with a married man. Paris was a fan. And Keisha, again, has done no wrong. There's 2 versions of a book out. And did he ever interview Keisha for her to explain how the second, third, 1 millionth version of this book came out? I mean, did I miss that part? Did he ever say, "Hey, Keisha, So I found the versions of the book. Can you tell us how there are published additional um editions of your book, please? Can you talk about that? Instead of having to track down multi editions, you couldn't just hit her up on FaceTime or Instagram and just say, "Hey, Keisha, I noticed that there's multiple editions of your book and it has been updated. Why is it not footnoted? Why are there no annotations? Or if there are, oh hey, I went to her website and it was recently updated. There were some corrections or additions or whatever. Why, like any other publisher, has this not been updated? Guys, can we get a one in front of the likes? We have almost 300, and let's go ahead and exit, come back, and get these likes popping. Hi, Denisha Taylor. Hi, your spoiledness. Erica J. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Simply Christy. Is it Brazier Gilbert Sr.? Good morning. Why didn't he show the video that Jeremy made crapping all over Ashley, the fake apology? Did he? He didn't show. Okay. Yeah, he wanted to show the video of Jeremy dropping tea on Hazel. That's what he wanted to show, because this was the I'm going to just make sure that I lay the groundwork for the bullying. That's what I think he wants to do. Because, so guys, there's a method to this madness here. He's laying the groundwork. Okay. He showed the ladies looking, let me see. Martin, did you change the filter on the video of the reckoning? And maybe he did, I don't know. Let me see. Is this? I feel like it looks similar, but it looks a little.
Now, around the 27th to the 28th of January,
that it was something sent to her from Miss Ma'am that was very disgusting. It will make you want to cry. She already put this into the universe.
I just feel like it was very sinister. You know what I'm saying? I think he's trying to lay the groundwork that poor Keisha has been bullied. Okay. Keisha, who has a full entire goon squad coming for people on the YouTube streets that are just minding their business, making their own creative content. You might not like it, but you don't have to watch it. Did anyone invite her to the Day of Reckoning? I don't know, but she didn't have to watch the Day of Reckoning, right? Did she have to watch it? Did they send her an invitation? Did they send someone to her apartment and make her sit in front of the TV and watch the Day of Reckoning? But you're being bullied. I think this was an episode to lay the groundwork of Hazel being the mastermind, Paris being a former fan, and now like doing all kinds of live streams, and Ashley being someone who Jeremy feels like tried to trap him. Okay. Just one second, guys. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think it's just all kind of laying the groundwork again. I mean, I thought that after, last time was another laying the groundwork episode. I just didn't really see anything in this episode that was of any kind of interest. There was nothing new. It was just the scrambling of pulling some clips together to weave a story to make some people look bad. I feel like it tried to make Hazel and Paris look very sinister, and that there was a plot to collude against, what's her damn name, Keisha, with Hazel pulling the strings and kind of almost coercing Ashley to kind of go against Jeremy, almost like Ashley didn't do things on her own free will, which I'm sure she did. You know what I'm saying? But definitely painting Hazel in a very negative way, which is I can understand why she was kind of like over it last night. Um, Paris, like this is old news. And Ashley, again, more old news. And Jeremy, the clips that they pulled of what Jeremy was saying, more old news. At the end of the day, to Ashley's point, if you want to see your kid, sign a damn birth certificate and get into your kid's life and pony up the coin. If you're out here wearing $1,200 sneakers and $1,000 belts and doing all of the things and you got rich ninja problems and all of these things, where's the cash for your son? If you care so much about your son and you're missing milestones, there's a cost to be the boss. And if you want to be the boss and you want to be the man, and show up in your son's life, why don't you show him what part of being a man is about? And that is owning up to your responsibilities and paying for your children's upkeep. Children that you laid down and made, whether you decided to bust a condom out or not. Be a man and pay for your responsibilities. Pay for his milk, pay for his diapers, pay for his jeans, pay for his daycare, throw his mother some money so her life can be happy while she is full-time raising your son. Okay? That's what men do who make babies outside of whatever they're supposed to be in. If you fooled around and busted out a condom, that's your problem. That's your problem. You know, and Keesha sitting up here talking about he bought her a plan B. Can you, like, to me, what's cringy is a woman talking about something that's not your business. I I I just don't even understand a world where a woman can talk about a man who's supposed to be hers buying plan Bs for a woman that he was sexing down to the point that he had to buy her some plan Bs to prevent a pregnancy while I'm carrying your baby. It's just the height of trash. I mean, if that's not the trashiest of the trash, I don't know. That gets on my dumpster can scale of trash, that gets like 10 dumpsters and the dumpster can scale only goes to 5. And I'm giving you damn 10 dumpsters. The fact that the history books or the time capsule can be opened up, hearing you talk about, and I saw the proof that he bought her plan Bs, girl, that is just trash. That's trash. That's something that a woman should never have to say about a man that they call their own. And he's got the nerve to be talking about damn Hazel and a married man. Okay, Hazel and a married man, what? We're going to need to, since you want to drop bombs, what does that mean? Married what? He's separated, he's creeping. At the end of the day, you were a whole man in a relationship. If people are creeping and cheating, they're creeping and cheating. I'm not justifying any of it, but you were creeping and cheating. So why are you trying to player hate on someone else if they're creeping and cheating? Okay? So birds of a feather flock together. Well, you found them. You like, okay, so they're supposed to be wrong, that somehow they had the rotten damn luck to come upon you. But now you want to, I just love how, see, men with the bitch assness are the ones that when it's all said and done and they're backed into a corner, instead of just owning that they fucked up and they look bad, they're going to start to discredit you. Okay? But Keisha's whole customer service team is a whole team of sad, salty singles. Okay? Sad. So that's the number one requirement to be on the Keesha Kaylee customer service squad. Okay? Sad, salty, single. Okay? Period. Damn planning sexual assaults on people's husbands. Trash. It's trash. Martin, why don't you run back those receipts in your next episode? How that whole customer service crew, if you want that receipt and you got the balls enough to publish it, I'll send you that receipt. Her whole squad was planning a sexual assault on this host's husband. Okay? Period. These chicks are trash, all the way up to the person who solicited you to put this trash out. Like, you started off good, Martin. This is where I'm getting into my opinion. So don't expect it to be unbiased, because now it's my opinion. Okay. Um, this whole thing was trash. This episode was no bueno, period. Episode 1, 2, and 3, I give you credit, and I gave you credit that they were interesting. There were some new things. We saw some text. We saw some interesting information. You brought some things together. You must have been halfway between some damn drinks, getting your wallet stolen in Mexico, traveling all around South America, and we're like, oh shit, I need to fulfill this contract that I filled out for Keesha, or she's going to take me downtown and sue me, because we all know that Keesha is the ops. Keesha loves, girl, that shit about Keesha running through Publix and being low-key customer service and always kind of threatening to sue people and all of this foolishness. It's like, are you serious? Are we serious now? Word on the street, Martin, if you're listening to this, you might want to read this chat. You get 10 dumpster cans. So along with Keisha's customer service getting 10 dumpster cans, this episode gets 10 dumpster cans, okay? This is in the trash. This episode was not up to par, and I'm just going to be honest. From one YouTuber to another who does commentary out here on the YouTube streets, you instructing Lily on how to express herself as a man. See, guys, this is why I am women's empowerment. You know why? Because I don't need a man to co-sign me, my womanhood, and my thoughts. Keisha so desperately wants a man's approval. She is using this guy as some sort of pillar of something. I don't know if it's getting her subscribers or not. But to me, the fact that this guy is sitting here instructing Ashley and popping Ashley on her wrist about how she handled certain things and how she could have done things better, I think was very condescending and rude. And me personally, I don't appreciate men instructing women on how to be women and how they should handle things, especially when you have not been in the situation. You don't have children. You don't have a situation of this to speak on, as far as we know, and we don't know anything about your past. But at the end of the day, we have a woman here that had a baby, and if you understand, having a baby is not just some transactional gestational host situation. Having a baby is a very emotional process, and this woman, the way she talked about Jeremy at the very beginning, you can tell that there were obviously some feelings there. And I don't think that she realized in totality how much of a fuckboy that she was messing with. And I think when she had her day of reckoning and realizing that she was dealing with a fuckboy who wasn't going to be anything but up under this chick's armpits, she had to let that shit go. And until you have been in that situation and can fully understand and at least give some empathy, or just even own up to, yeah, I've never been in that situation, so let me not judge too much, you're very judgy. And it may have been one or two many 5-hour conversations with Keisha of her pleading her case about why you needed to do this, and or why she's right and they're not right, because this is just another one of these lopsided videos of trying to make people hold people accountable, but not even providing the receipts for anyone to be held accountable. At the end of the day, Keisha opened a door, Jeremy walked through it, Jeremy opened a door, Ashley walked through it. Okay? These are the three main people responsible for this whole thing. There's not enough Paris episodes that you can do to make Paris responsible for the child that was born. There's not enough Hazel episodes that you can do to make Hazel responsible for the child that was born. There's no one who is more responsible for the child that is here, that is being ignored, that is not being cared for, that is not being um, paid monies to upkeep than Mr. Jeremy Splash the Don Pastel, who's got his balls in the hands of Mrs. Keesha, not your name, Kaylee Anderson. Okay? There's nothing that you can do to take away from the fact that they're just wrong. If Jeremy needs some episodes to make himself not feel like a deadbeat father, then I guess keep pushing. But him talking on Hazel, Hazel appears to give zero fucks. And basically, if you want to play, she gonna play. And she said last night that she's going to separate I Am Hazel from Spruce Beauty because she wants to be able to pop her shit and express herself. And I agree with that very much. If you've got people speaking on you, then you need a platform to speak on it if you're so inclined to do so. Okay? So let her. But if this man is not paying, and I'm saying if this man is not paying for the upkeep and care, but you're sitting up here and you've got Louis Vuitton sneakers and Christian Louboutin sneakers, and you've got this and you've got that, and you guys are moving into your house that you've paid a shitload of money to renovate, and Ashley is having to make ends meet, or whether she's living high and mighty, no man should feel proud of not covering the expenses of their child. I think that that's pretty shitty and lame. So, there's not really a whole lot of place these days in our society for people who are not paying and handling the upkeep of their children. And it appears to be that Mr. Pastel still is not. Meanwhile, you guys are moving into Camel Toe Estates. Okay. Now, can we talk about that for a second? Because Martin, this was not your best episode. That's my reaction. I give it. I really overall I wasn't mad at the series. The series was okay up until episode 3 was okay, was good. 1, 2, and 3 I enjoyed. 4 I was like, okay, on with the show. But now this is the second one in a row, and it just seemed to be heavily lopsided on trying to set the groundwork for something that it's like, oh God. But yeah, can you next time interview Keesha and ask her why? Or can she just speak on her revisions of the book and her additions and updates? Like, that would have been easy enough. I don't see why you had to do so much research on the book when all you had to ask was the author, right? Who could have created an additional copies? Who could have created updates to the book or versions of the book, unless you're trying to prove that there was some sort of counterfeit out there? Did you ever validate that these counterfeits, that these were not counterfeits? Keesha has not realized that Jeremy really liked Hazel and Ashley. You know what? But at this point, V, it almost doesn't matter, because whether he likes them or not, do you think, look at Keisha's face in this. You think she don't know he liked Ashley? He made a baby with her. Okay. And I know babies can just happen, but he was stroking her out for a minute. Okay. They made a baby. And if what they say is true and she was pregnant more than once, after the first time she got pregnant, you would think a man with some common sense would have left her alone, because he wouldn't want that to happen again. Seems like he jumped right back in. Okay. We know he liked her. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't matter to him. He's not leaving her. Those two are made for each other. Okay. So I don't think, like, I would just say this, guys. This is what I would say. Don't feel like all of the supporters or the people who feel like this is some bullshit and cap, that you have to keep repeating, but we know that Jeremy liked Ashley. I think it's obvious. It's obvious. I think it's very obvious. That's why Keisha's so pressed. That's why she's so mad. It's obvious. The fact that it keeps needing to be said and proven allows her to kind of continue to enter into the dialogue to try to diminish her. At the end of the day, it's like, girl, we know you was pressed. You're pressed. Because you know he had a thing for her. It wouldn't matter if Ashley looked like an old boot. Okay? The fact that he was digging her, yeah, that bothers Keisha a lot. Okay? It bothers her a lot. And the fact that you know, she has a friend, so Keisha had to get a friend. You know, and Keisha needs a mouthpiece because Keisha don't have it all. Keisha can't read. Okay? So she got a friend that she thought could read, but girl, her helper can't read. Girl, bye. The helper cannot go toe to toe with everybody. Okay? Okay? Can't. All right. Anywho, I give the episode, like I said, it's getting 10 dumpsters. Okay. You're getting a double helping of dumpster. And I hope the views end up reflecting that, because I don't think that it was even worth it. It was if that took you a whole month to put together, my God. Why was it so hard? That's what I would say, because it's not like it's epic. It was not. It was barely informational. So I know I'm giving you not the best review, but it wasn't your best work. And I think anyone who's honest with themselves know when you've done great work and when you have not. And I feel like when it's taken so long to put something out, clearly we know that there was problems there. Oops. Put my screen back. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Jeremy is not going nowhere. Yeah, we already know. Where would he go? The only place that Jeremy is going is to his next long-term situation, and that hasn't happened yet. But he might be one of these guys who's gonna just hang out for life. I mean, there's plenty of dead weight that hang out. Keisha is so pressed and looks helpless, frail, discombobulated. I love that word. Delusional and desperate. Yes, to go along with the sad, salty, and singles. Okay, slurs, some even, right? Okay. Jeremy told Keisha he didn't want nothing serious, but he didn't want no kids, and she did it anyway. Well, he did it too, Denisha. I mean, I would agree with you. I mean, but you gotta have the walk match the talk. If you are gonna sit up here and tell us that you guys don't use any protection, can we be serious with a man who does that? If any of you right now are telling your man that you don't want a baby and he's telling you he's going to pull out, or go ahead and get yourself some ovulation sticks, don't be offended by what I'm going to say right now. You're dumb. You're getting ready to have a baby, okay? Like, Jeremy is the common denominator. It's not Keisha in all this. It's Jeremy Postel. He is the common denominator, but as women, we love to cap for these men. Jeremy is the root cause here, okay? He's the root cause. If Jeremy would stand up and be a man and say, enough already, this would be over. But Keisha self-admittedly loves to beat a dead horse, just like the damn dumpsters in the front of her house. People have been throwing trash in the dumpsters in front of her house, and she is about to lose her fucking mind, okay? She doesn't understand why she can't let it go. You can't let anything go. You couldn't let go that there weren't chips at fucking Publix. Like, you need to get a life, ma'am. She's never going to let this go, that he's got a whole baby. If she can't let go that there were no chips, you think she's going to let it go about August? This is ridiculous. So apparently, the construction guys have not been to the house in 4 weeks. So I think there's some speculation on why. First of all, the first revelation for me, along with the fact that I was about to say customer service, that customer service is 24/7, um, was the fact that since they bought the house, they had not cut the yard. They bought that house at the beginning of the year, and no one has been over there to cut the yard. Can you believe that? Where is the long handled spoon? Where is the helper? How in the world? Let me tell you something. This clearly is not a neighborhood with an HOA, because the HOA would have been sending a note and would have been in the damn mailbox by now talking about, ma'am, you need to cut your lawn. And someone needs to go to Lowe's, since I guess they're doing pickups and no deliveries over there of supplies that they're getting. That man said it was going to be 700 pounds in the back of the Audi. Okay. Um, why have y'all not bought any and thrown seed? It is hot as I don't know what out there. Someone needs to get an aerator and a tiller, and that damn dusty ass backyard with patches of grass needs to be tilled and needs to be sown with some seeds. And you need to get that sprinkler out there, turn the damn water on, and hose that thing, because it looks like hard clay. Maybe that's why she says she's going to go buy grass. So if she's talking about sod, but if you go ahead and try to put sod on top of that dusty ass clay, damn near looking like a baseball field, honey, you're going to be wasting a lot of money. But let them go ahead and put down some nice sod, and they're going to be putting it down. That stuff is going to be dead. It's going to be dead looking. For her to cut grass, HOA girl, they don't have a HOA over there. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing with that house, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Girl, it needs to be tilled. They need an aerator, and they need to get someone to till that backyard and throw seeds down and get that sprinkler hose popping. But they might even need to bring some soil back there. I don't know. It looks awful. But you do see some grass, so it is possible that they could grow grass, because I do see patches of grass. But the fact that they said that they have not cut the yard since they purchased the house, I am surprised that the man didn't find snakes back there. And it's hot. It's hot down here. It's going to be 106 today, I think my husband said. 106 with tall grass. Girl, they got snakes, period. They got to. Is she paying Martin? I don't know. He says he's not being paid, but I don't know. Um, he says, see, this is impartial me. He says he's not being paid. Now, what's my opinion on that? I really don't have one, other than it seems like you're being paid, because it doesn't your reporting is very unbiased. Um or it's unbiased. No, your reporting is biased, excuse me. She may not have gotten an HOA, but someone did complain. Yeah, you can always complain to the city. Yeah, when there's not an HOA, you can always complain to the city to let them know that there is an unkept yard and that kind of stuff. Now, Keisha thinks a sign is supposed to stop people from dumping in a dumpster. Okay. I know they have snakes in Atlanta is known for. Yeah, I mean, I'm 3 hours away. I'm in North Carolina. North Carolina is right here on the border to South Carolina. Well, excuse me, duh. I'm in Charlotte, so I can South Carolina is like right here. I'm 3 hours from Atlanta, and we definitely have snakes, copperheads, things like that. You can find that stuff in your backyard easy if you keep tall grass. Like, you're gonna find a snake, period. Snakes, frogs, all kinds of stuff. So, um, they got those trees up and around the house. They'll have those big palmetto bugs and everything. They're gonna have everything up in there, especially down in that basement. Have fun with that. Anyway, there's plenty of snakes in Georgia. Absolutely, of many varieties, right, J Lo? So, is it true she doesn't have air upstairs? I didn't see the entire vlog. I don't know. Is her HVAC not working? If her HVAC is not working, that's going to be a problem. Or do they have 2 units? Um, Depending on when the house was built, it's possible they could have put 2 units in the house, but I don't know. Um, I know they need to move that bathtub out of the bedroom. That's what I know. She needs a hand over there. She needs her customer service department to hurry up and get her some help because now she finds out that her mom's husband family has some sort of a construction crew or something like that, and that they are going to help finish up the house. Now, she said that it's been 4 weeks. The construction guys haven't been there. She said somebody was sick, and I guess she's going to have them come back. I'm not really sure. The tub is still in the bedroom. Yes. Yeah. And they just got all the rest of the tile to do the backsplashes and the floors. And I guess Pookie and them gonna come over and finish up the job. I don't know. Miss Sandra's people's gonna come over there and finish it up. Well, good thing, as long as it's not structural, they don't need the city to come in to do any kind of inspection. When they did the rewiring, maybe they had to have a city inspector come through to make sure it was up to code. But once that was done, unless they're doing anything code related, then they wouldn't need a license. Olivia Pope, good morning. What's good? Miss Shan, 2016. Good morning. Good morning, everyone coming in. Tina Lachey, I don't know if I said hi to you. Ask Bama Girl, good morning. Bella, good morning. If I missed you, good morning, everybody. Hit the like button. Unbelievable. Let's see. M Jones, good morning. April, good morning. Guys, did the verses happen yet with Omarion and Mario? Is that happening tonight? It's like, are we still on this topic? Okay, so Lana, but I thought the countertops and tile was all bought and all ready to be installed. She went to pick up some white. It's tonight. Okay, guys, everybody watch it so we can talk about it. Number one, we need to see. We know Omarion still has some moves. Guys, have you seen the disturbing video footage of Genuine still trying to sing? Well, his singing was still okay, but his trying to be sexy moves. But Omarion and Mario are going against each other, and we don't know if Omarion is going to try and dance, but Mario was trying to tell Omarion that he needed to have B2K there with him because I guess Mario's trying to say he's got the hits and Omarion needs to bring his boys with him because they got the hits and not him. But I think Omarion has a couple that are, he's got a few. Um, let's see. Okay, back to the house. See how we. Okay, so her mom wants her to leave. I don't know if is a sitting room or is it going to be an office in the front because she's going to have her glam room upstairs. Where's the guest room where the baby can sleep? That's what I want to know. You've got that whole suite off to the side. So that's going to be an extra bedroom. She does not call it a guest room. I would imagine maybe it's a guest room. But where is the baby going to sleep when he comes? Mr. August. You got the girls piled up into one room, which is fine. They're all little, and them being together is not a bad idea at all. But you're going to have your glam room right beside your bedroom, the girls' room, and then the spare room. Okay. Where's baby gonna sleep? Sleep with his sisters? Is he gonna sleep in that big room by himself? Okay. Then she says, I guess there's going to be an office downstairs. I don't know if she's still going to have that office or not. I guess she'll tell us everything when they move in. But she said that she went down. Today's episode, I kind of skimmed through. She went down to her storage. I would not buy shit out of that storage. Okay. Everything looks thrown in there. And unless you really need something bad, girl, just go buy it new. Me personally, they moved in there in at the height of Rona, and nobody knows how that stuff gets reactivated, and those people stayed sick. I wouldn't touch none of that shit. They moved at the height of C-19. So that stuff could just be sitting there waiting to liquefy, um, and unleash that terror back on the streets of Atlanta again. Keisha kept a eye infection and that nasty ass cough. Those people were sick. The mother was sick for 2 months. Girl, I wouldn't touch none of that shit. None of it. You see, the assistants helped them move, and those people took off afterwards. They came through. They thought it was going to be a real cute assignment. They ended up getting tricked into free moving assistance, and no sooner did they move to that new apartment, what happened? Homie went off to like damn Turkey or something. The guy went off to on another exotic trip, and the girl disappeared. Speaking of which, guys, I do have some bad news. We're gonna pivot for a minute. The young lady, which maybe you guys already heard this, the young lady in Houston, we talked about her once upon a time, who went missing, the girl who went for the stripper tryout in Houston. I think they found her dead and dismembered, guys. Not good news. Um, but I wanted to close that out because it's very sad. So let's pivot to something that's really serious and really matters. So it's summer, and it might be hot girl summer for some of you guys, but you guys really need to be careful. The young lady, I think, was found, unfortunately, and she was taken to a West Houston apartment and met her unfortunate and untimely demise. There is someone who is wanted now in Houston, and I'm not sure of how everything went down. I will definitely do a follow up and give you guys some more detail on this story, but it's very sad, and unfortunate is not even the word to put to it. Um, but on June 10th, Houston Police Department, let me see, searching for suspect in connection with the disappearance of Felicia Johnson, who was last seen on April 16. Chukwuiba, which this name has got to be Nigerian. No, Nwaobodu, 28, was charged with murder and attempting and tampering with evidence while still remaining at large. Johnson was reported missing from Intercontinental Houston Medical Center Hotel at 6750 block of Main Street in Houston. Um, the story is that she went to do a tryout. The report was made after her cell phone, covered in blood, was found off the roadway in Bear Creek Pioneer Park near Highway 6 and Clay Road. Further investigation revealed that Johnson left uh, the hotel in a vehicle in the early morning hours, April 16th. Detectives had identified Nwambo Du as the suspect in Johnson's disappearance, according to Houston police press release. They learned he picked up Johnson from an apartment complex at 3233 Windchase Boulevard and took her to his apartment on South Richmond Avenue. Evidence indicates Nwambudu killed Johnson inside of his apartment before disposing her personal effects in Bear Creek Pioneers Park. Authorities believe he disposed of Johnson's body at some point within the next few days, but her body has not been recovered. But I think it has. So I'm probably reading not the most current. But yeah, Felicia Marie Johnson, unfortunately, we talked about her soon after her disappearance. Like I said, she had gone to a club and was trying out for a spot and met up with some creep and unfortunately is gone. So very, very, very sad. You guys, ladies out here, you guys have to really watch out because there are some men out here that mean you no good. And if you did not learn anything today, at the end of the day, um, my thing is this: Ashley is lucky. She is blessed. She has a beautiful son, and she has her wits about her. At the end of the day, there are men out here that do not care about these women. I told you guys, and some of you guys know about the Ray Caruth story. This is a guy who was a Carolina Panther, and he was dating a girl who was a stripper, and she got pregnant, and he decided that he wanted nothing to do with the pregnancy, and he hired a couple of goons to off her, and he did. Luckily, the baby survived. He lives today. His name is Chance. And Chance Adams, and lives in his mother's memory. His mother is gone, but someone decided that her life was not worth it. And let me tell you something. Jeremy, believe it or not, whether he liked her, what he's got going on is more important than what he could have going on. Any man that would turn his back on his child and not provide adequate support, not sign the birth certificate, cap for his woman, and use another woman during the time that his woman is not able to provide for him sexually, and uses another woman for sex, and then kind of basically just throws her to the wayside because he doesn't need her anymore, or whatever they would have going on would put in jeopardy what he has going on, and pretend like nothing ever happened and that everything is her fault, is a very dangerous type of man. And the type of woman that co-signs this type of behavior is nobody that anybody needs to be around. And if I were Ashley, I would feel happy and grateful that I walked away in one piece from this situation, and I would keep it moving because, homie, he's not a good guy. These are not people of quality. And if I were Ashley, I would continue to keep it moving and make this shit a memory, because at the end of the day, girl, the way that these people are scraping at the bottom of the barrel to be able to try to preserve any little bit of their reputations, of which are trash anyway, is concerning. So if I were them, I would turn around and make this whole thing a memory. And I wouldn't give two shits about what this couple cares, thinks, or anything. And I would, Martin, if I were you, I would direct your questions at this damn book and ask Keesha. I keep asking you guys in the chat, did he ever ask her, did she work on new versions of the book? I just think that that is a very quick question to ask. Why are you doing all of this fucking detective work when you could have just asked her? Keesha, did you post up 2 versions? Did you post up 3 versions? Why? Like, this is some bottom of the barrel shit. This is stupid. So I'm still committed because I told you guys I was gonna cover this shit. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it's trash. And hopefully it will get better. But this episode, I'm sorry, it gets 10 dumpster cans. It was trash. So we'll see what happens next time. But trying to loop people in and make the story more salacious than it already is, and try to throw rocks at people for what they do. Meanwhile, you're not holding other people accountable for all the trash that they do, is absolutely obvious now that there's some sort of agenda that's trying to be fulfilled. And sir, it's looking sus. Okay, guys, have a great day, and don't forget to like this live, please.
You know how you know a bitch is mad? When I smoke a cigarette all the way till it's tiny. When I smoke a cigarette all the way till it's tiny, a bitch is motherfucking mad.